Hello once again everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory. So we have finished building the aluminium ingot factory. It's all enclosed. It's a rather nice asymmetrical design, I think. And yes, we still have autosave on because we are most definitely building and I don't want to lose any progress. So you'll see I've got a load of stuff in my to-do list. I've calculated things for the next two items that we need to make. It's the aluminium container things and the Alclad sheets. So they're going to go here. Everything is sized appropriately. So it's basically, let's get going. Over to the blueprints. We'll start with the constructors, of course. So it's only a ground floor. Rotate that way, that's it. So get rid of that so we make sure it's in exactly the right spot. Pop that down. We'll leave the roof for later, I think. We'll just get things up and running first. So yeah, here we are. Thankfully, blueprints mean that I don't really need to think about how I build these things anymore. I've just got to go in and select aluminium casing. That's it, not container. Just select the right recipe and here we go. So we produce 420 aluminium ingots per minute. These only take 90. So it's not even an entire floor. Again. So this produces, what was it? 280? Something like that. Aluminium casing. So copy that and paste in each one of these. I'm not entirely sure if that worked. No, it didn't. Unfortunately, the copy and the paste buttons are right next to each other, and sometimes when your fingers are doing that sort of gymnastic split thing across the keyboard, yeah, it doesn't work sometimes. Anyway, do I fiddle about down here? Because I don't think we're going to build upwards from here. Do you? Oh, we might do. We might do. We're just going to get some resources up there and stuck. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. It's fine. So, yeah, I'm not going to bother changing those just yet. I do need to hook everything up, of course. So, let's punch a little hole downstairs. There we are. Oh, look at this. Isn't this all nice? The way it used to be. Right, so let's get that out. Hook that on there. Is that going to be in line with anything? No, I'd better pull it this way. Oh, I already have pulled it that way. Okay then. Actually, it's probably better if I run it down here. Because then it's not going to get confused between which node I'm hooking up to. Right. Yes, I know what I'm doing. It's, of course, too long. The wire's too long. Of course it is. It's almost got there. It almost got there. Just not quite. So there you go. There you go. That's the power hooked up. So all we've got to do is put a splitter along here somewhere. Now, we don't want it too far back because that's just, you know, that's just making problems for ourselves. But we don't want it... We've only got the one stream coming out, haven't we? We could easily put it here. Easily put that there. Okay. So that's a splitter. We can pop that somewhere along here. Hook it up there. That's perfectly fine. And then we can run a bit this way and then just down there. So back a little bit. Out one, might as well run it down the middle. Because what we're going to have to do is over there, we're going to have to put another splitter over there. So that can come around about here. I'll bring it forward a bit to feed into the next the next one. And then we just need to, where are we? Logistics, that's the one. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, more or less. Put a splitter here, hopefully try and line it up a bit better than that. And that's that hooked up. It's being fed in nicely. Beautiful. So I do want to name this, of course. These are... oh, look at that. Look at that. We'll power that on. Turn that on. What was it? Aluminium casing. And we pluralise it. There we go. Aluminium casings. That's going in there. They're all working away. Look at that. Lovely. So, yeah. We only get this little bit going up here that's going to be kind of wasted or in limbo. I don't really mind. If it means not having to worry about getting rid of this ceiling and then putting it in again when I decide to make this bigger later. There we go. We're starting to actually get them coming through. Oh yes. There we go. So, that was fairly quick. Thankfully, these usually are. So we'll get the constructor blueprint. Come on, in you go. Come on. There. Oh, it's always really difficult getting that in place. Just remove those two. Put the window back in a minute. There we are. Lovely. Lovely. These blueprints do make this thing a hell of a lot easier to build. So we've got the ground floor assembler. Pretty much exactly the same process. That's in that point there. We take our, where are we? Blueprints. There we go. We get our regular floor. Rotate that round so it's the right way. Make sure that's in exactly the right position before we commit. See, the thing is, right, I wish it stayed on the blueprint tab. I've just put down a blueprint. I press Q. I want to choose a different blueprint. There we are. So this one is going to be slightly different because this one will need copper ingots, which means we will need a feed from... I put 2 there by mistake. There we go. I'm used to it being on Zoop. That's what it is. So yes, we'll need to bring in copper ingots by the train, so I'll need to feed that across. But that'll be a job for a moment. So we need the power. Thankfully our hookup is right there. It's not there, is it? It's that one. Yes, it is. Just double checking. There we go. It's got power. And then we can just take this. I'm going to pop it in that one, I think. Because if I put it in that one, I'm going to have to cross... I'm going to cross the stream with the copper. Like that. Lovely. So what I can do is I can get the copper coming in this one. I'm not really worried about the speed of the belts right now. I just want the belts done. There we go. That'll give plenty of room. And we'll just have the copper running down here. See, the thing is, with these fast conveyor belts, you can make them pretty much as long as you like. But if you make them too long, they start glitching out. with the rendering. So we're going to have to cross over with this anyway, I think. Oh, this is going to be a pain. This is going to be a pain. We'll start from here. We'll start from here. Because what we actually need is one of these. Oh, it's auto-saving again. Yes, lovely. That's fine. Commit everything I've done in the last 10 minutes to disk. Make sure I don't lose it. There we are. So, problem is, I've got to try and get that in place, but there's so many different things in the way right now. Just have to remove that, I think. There we go. There we go. So I'll just punch a hole just here, like that, so you can put that back. And then I can take the fast conveyor belt Mark 1 and just route it where I need it to be. Excuse me, I just sneezed. That happens at the worst times, doesn't it? There we go. So it's a little curve there. I could probably have nudged it over a bit, but it's fine. It's fine. No one comes down here anyway. I just got to kind of put it in the right spot here. Problem is, of course, getting it the same height as everything else. So yeah, remove that again. We'll try again. And yes, I really do have to work on the supports for all of this. Oh dear. It'll happen. Eventually. Eventually. So these can thankfully just follow everything else. They're going to have to cross over because we're going to come down this one. So it doesn't really matter. As I said, no one's really paying attention. No one will notice. No one will notice, it's fine. So 2 clicks across like that. We then get one of them coming down. And we can feed copper to our factory. We'll just put that back. I'm not on Zoop. I keep forgetting I'm not on Zoop. I'm used to double clicking to just place a single thing. There we go. We can observe from there. We can really observe from here now that once we've got those out of the way. So of course we do need to set the recipes in here and join the 2 levels together. So there we are. So that uses 3 aluminium ingots and 1 copper ingot. Now I know for a fact that I produce 480 copper ingots per minute. So the aluminium ingots are going to be the limiting factor. It's not going to be the copper ingots. So we're perfectly fine. We're perfectly fine. We don't have to get too many copper ingots across. So just paste all of these in place and we'll be done. Just one more floor, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, they're done. So we've just got to hook up the power for this level. It's ridiculous though that you've got to sort of run all the way over here, come down and then go all the way across. It would have made more sense to bring the power like down that side. But, you know, and sort of maybe move everything back a bit and then have those conveyor lifts here instead. That would have made more sense. That would have made more sense. But in hindsight, yeah, that's all fine. Yeah, we'll just do this. It won't take a minute. Yeah, we'll need to be 1 across. And then corner. No. Corner that way. T-junction. It's been a while since I've done any of this. And then get the modern railing. Make sure we zoop it. There we go. Right. So we've got stuff coming up here from there, but we need these. And then we get those in place. And they start feeding and filling up the fake thing upstairs. And that's how you hook up all the different levels. Anyway, we can probably activate the power now. So what are we making here? I'll just call it Alclad sheets for now. Yeah, it's probably called something else entirely. But anyway, we need to get our train over there and load up with some copper ingots. I could just fly over there and put some in manually, but what's the fun in that? Besides which, as you'll notice on my to-do list, you'll see that there's a train station that we need to build. We still need to build that train station. Right, bail. I think it slows a lot quicker when you just bail out. So, as you can see, we did plan for the future expansion of this. We've got extra space coming off there. So, that's it. Just run along here to remove the barrier. Now, the question is, how much extra space do we need? I think it's something like that. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But we'll see. Because we need enough room for our buffer containers alongside the platforms. We'll just build the one buffer container. It's perfectly fine. So there we go. So we need something coming up. I really need to figure out exactly where things go. This will just be for spacing. So if we have something like there, right? Then we have your storage there. So that will hook in nicely. And you have a little bit of space then. For... Oh yeah, we're going to need more room. Going to need a bit more room than I've given us here. At least another two. At least another two foundations. At least another two foundations. There you go. Facing that way, that's right. See, there would be okay, but that's a little bit close, isn't it? It's just a little teeny tiny smidge close. I'd like it to be there, really. That would give you a bit more room. One more foundation. Hook that up into the centre of that. Lined up. Did I put that the wrong way around? No, I didn't. That's fine. There we go. Just waiting for the autosave. So we've got our freight platforms then. That will snap to the back of this. Make sure they're the right way around. Oh yeah, we need a bit more room. Need a little bit more room. And of course we'll have to deal with the supports for this as well. But that's all fine. See, we've got plenty of room there for a container and its feed from below. So we don't need to worry about that now. That's exactly where that needs to be. I just need some track. No. Remember, when making a really tight turn, it's best to make the turn out like this, into space like that, rather than having a piece here and a piece over there and trying to join them up with the curve. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Anyway. Oh, that went in the wrong place. Now then. Signals. Because we don't necessarily want the train dropping off oil to block my aluminium train. So our signals come up to here. So this is all dealt with separately. So that's fine. What we need to do then is have a path signal here and block signals here, but I've not got circuit boards. I'll be right back with a few more pieces. Right, there we go. So obviously that is complaining because it's not got block signals behind it. There's one there, that's all fine. That's all fine indeed. So what we need now are path signals at the exit to the train station. Then a block signal. Could put one here. There's enough space then for... There we go, we've sorted the signals out. This can come in and do its business. So what, all train can come in, drop off its load. In the meantime, our train, he's all set up. Now the thing is, path signals obviously won't work if you have if you're not driving automatically. So make sure that's set there. So you've just got to be careful when you're driving your own train. All the other trains will respond to you, of course. And one thing I didn't realise until fairly recently is that the signals actually make a bit of a noise. There we go. We don't actually have to dock because we've not hooked anything up to it yet. However, what we will do is we'll go and grab some copper ingots from our stores. It's only over here. We can take them back by the train and just go for it. There we go. Right, so we need to make sure that these are load. They should be. I think they're always set to load by default. Yes, they are. That's fine. We do want to rename this station, but I'll do that in a bit later. So open up the train menu. I've got that set to oil import just temporarily, but we can replace that now with Venray. Save the changes. Next station, Venray. That's, well, we're here. Turn on self-driving. It will stay here for a minute as it thinks about docking, even though everything's empty. Then it will eventually go. And here we go. Our path is green. Makes a little ding noise as we go past. And there we are. We've got another green path signal. And away we go. I do love trains in this game. So anyway, yes, we've got a little stub of track there. leading to the, well, to wherever we want the rest of the train network to go. That goes in. We can bail out and just wait for it to do its thing. It does need setting up here though, of course. There we are. Glad I noticed that. Of course, this one here isn't set up either. So, yeah. But these are all set up nicely. There we go. Dump. I might as well dump the rest of my copper stuff in there. I'll head off over here. Join that. I'm out of silica. Well, that's not a big problem, is it? Just waiting for it. There we are. Oh, look at this. We're out of aluminium sheets as well. Aluminium ingots. Oh, that is interesting. We better start up our factory again then. Right, well, we're on there. What are we missing? Is it really just a silica that's missing? Have we burned through all that? No, we've got silica here. Yeah, it must be water. Because we've got plenty of coal, we've got plenty of bauxite down there. Must be the water. Yeah, it is. So I've done a bit of a tinker. I've done a bit of a tinker. The storage is now all the way over here. No, we've got plenty of water here. Oh, I know what it is. I put a valve in here. I don't think pipes like valves very much. There's a ton of water there. Ton of water there. Ton of water in that pipe. There's plenty of water in this pipe. And yet there's no flow through there. There's some going up there. Is it really this little lump here that's causing it? It can't push itself up there, can it? Well, that is interesting. Why can't I do that? I'll put a different one in. There we go. We've got flow again. That's just the recirculated water. We've completely blocked off our usual supply of water. I'll just do it like that. It's supposed to be 400. That's fine. That'll run. That'll produce all of that stuff in there. That's all running nicely. Plenty of silica coming out of that side. You've got lots of scrap coming out there. Lots of scrap going up there. And a fair amount of the things coming out that side. Right. Tinkering with things. Anyway, here we go. We've got some. Got quite a few coming through. Alclad aluminium sheet. I think that would take up a bit too much space on there. So I'm going to leave it like that, I think. There we go. Plenty of copper coming through down there. Plenty of it. Plenty of these sheets here. There we go. We're getting some aluminium ingots coming through as well. Right. The problem, of course, is that this is going to be using them as well. But it's being split. It's being split 50-50 between the two, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. There we go. Right, so all that's working. We've got our aluminium casings and Alclad aluminium sheets. So our little aluminium factory is looking quite good right now. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed that, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.